divided on the subject.
Yeah.
That's it. Next question. Yeah, so Krayos at Rumsey asks, would you consider doing a user submission only podcast in the future?
Of course, if we get enough good user submissions, enough to fill an hour, we possibly would.
Yeah, we could do like a kind of best of our favorites from a season. We could put that into one episode, I guess. That could be cool. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, indeed. Question from Jim. Do you incorporate live drums into the production of your music? And if so, how? Or can you provide examples?
Well, as you might have heard us talk about production on this show, we probably mentioned a plugin called Superior Drummer. This is a virtual drummer, which is basically just a whole lot of live drum samples recorded with a bazillion different variations and loads of detail through all kinds of mics and setups. So basically, you if you play on the VST, it'll play back the direct mic on the kick drum. It'll play back a mic from the room, from a mono side mic, an overhead mic, a drummer mic, like loads of different options, which basically means you can virtually mic up your own drum kit. And the control that provides is really amazing, and we use that on a shitload of songs to make the drums. Most noisiest songs from the recent years have these live quote-unquote drums. So I hope that answers your question. We haven't really ever recorded real live drums ourselves. We've had them recorded for us, but we haven't done it ourselves. Maybe in the future we will. When we get a nice recording room, we'll set up a drum kit and maybe record it. But this is a really great way to make drums, and the flexibility and possibilities are pretty amazing. And I've probably said that 1,000 times already.
Yeah, go watch the Future Music video online where Nick gets into full detail about snare drums and everything.
You know, that's like
Superior Drummer. Yeah.
4 years old, 5 years old or something? Yeah. You will have to be able to stand my droning voice for 45 minutes. No, take the snare. And then, well, if you listen to this part of the snare...
Yeah, we actually cut a birthday song for Nick when he turned 30 out of that interview. And we just copy and pasted all the times he said snare. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. How do you DJ at your gigs? Hashtag Martijn. Do you have a plan and set ready mixes?
Ah, interesting. I do have a bunch of combinations of tracks that I think work together really well. And I tend to play those combinations for a certain amount of time, so a couple of months or something. And then at the same time, I try to play other stuff, mix it with those combinations, and sometimes new combinations emerge from those experiments. Sometimes it sounds horrible and I will never either play the tune again or at least not in that mix. So yeah, it's a combination of improvising and preparation.
Yeah, I guess the way you guys do it now with Ableton, there's you can kind of set it up so you can preview it while you're in the hotel room or in the backstage. You can kind of align the tracks already to see how you would mix them later and see if it works. So you can kind of on the spot prepare a new section or take certain bits out.
Yeah, and it's mostly based on intensity of the track as well as the key, as well as like specific rhythmical patterns and everything. You don't want two very different types of rhythms clashing too much. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Awesome. All right, next one by Erica. I've seen people be jealous of Nick's art skills, and it made me wonder what's a skill you don't have and wish you did.
Well, I, for one, can definitely answer that question. I am really, really horrible at navigating. Even in the city of Groningen, where I've lived for all of my life, I have trouble getting from point A to point B. I can't sort of see it in my head, and I forget all the street names. So generally, if you ask me where something is, and I think it's in direction X, you should probably go in the opposite direction. It's literally quite true. So this bothers me, but I don't know what I can do about it. I don't want to go like studying the map doesn't really help. Maybe, I don't know. It sucks. I wish, so that's something I wish for. Okay, next question. From Bob X. Can you please give me a clip of Martijn saying 100% like at Nausea Invites last Friday in Amsterdam?
Okay. 100% of 100%.
Okay, can you do some alternative takes, maybe some harmonies?
100%. 100%. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. That's a good take. Okay. I hope you can do something with it. Actually, what are you going to do with it?
Okay, so I have a question for you, Nick, that I was wondering, did you ever do anything stupid while a fire alarm was going off in a hotel, perhaps?
Oh, well, that's funny you ask, because a few years ago, I think about 6 years